Hello there. So it certainly was a chilly start to Thursday morning, but you can see in the satellite and radar picture from earlier, we have seen some decent sunshine. Now, as we move through the rest of today, it's a case of sunny spells and showers. Now, if you happen to catch one of those showers, it could be on the heavy side, but for most of us, actually, there will be a good deal of dry weather as we go through the rest of today. Bright or sunny spells, but with that breeze, it will be feeling a little on the chilly side, of highs there of 5 or 6 degrees. Now, as we make our way through this evening and tonight, fairly quiet conditions for us. There will be some clear skies around, so that will allow a touch of frost to form in places with temperatures hovering just above freezing out there. And then for many, actually, although it will be a chilly start to the day tomorrow, there will be some bright or sunny spells at first. But as the day continues, we're going to see thicker clouds starting to work its way across us. And then by the afternoon, a band of rain will be sweeping its way through, and those winds will start to strengthen too. Temperature-wise, well, we're looking at highs there up to around 7 or 8 degrees. And we're going to see this rain working its way across us as we go through Friday evening and into Saturday. And then we'll see some bright or sunny spells, but it will be quite blustery as we go through the weekend and feeling pretty chilly by the time we get to Sunday too. Bye-bye. Hello again. So it certainly is feeling rather chilly across the region today, but at least we've got some lovely sunshine out there at the moment. Just a bit of a breeze coming down from the northwest, taking the edge off those temperatures. Highs today, 5 or 6 degrees. As we make our way through this evening and tonight, it starts off dry with some clear skies. So it will be turning a little on the chilly side with a touch of frost in places. And then by tomorrow morning, for some of us, quite a nice bright start to the day first thing. But then the cloud will be increasing. And as we go through the day, we have got the next band of rain working its way towards us. Some of that could be turning quite heavy as we go through Friday evening. Once again, those winds will strengthen. Bye-bye. Hello and a very good afternoon to you. So it's looking quite unsettled as we go through the next few days or so. We have got one front working its way across us as we move through Friday, bringing outbreaks of rain. And then behind that, we're going to see the next deep area of low pressure sweeping its way towards the UK. Now, it will be bringing some outbreaks of rain at times, but you can see this squeezing those isobars. It certainly will be very windy, especially across western parts of the UK. So do bear that in mind if you are planning on any travelling. Now, for the rest of this evening, well, for most of us, it's quiet out there. It might just be the odd shower, but generally dry, clear skies. So it will be turning a little on the chilly side, especially as those winds start to drop. We'll be cold enough for a touch of frost in places. So quite a nippy start to the day on Friday morning, but there will be some brightness around first thing, but it won't be long before this cloud starts to work its way across us, and then eventually we'll start to see that rain sweeping its way through too. Some of that rain could be heavy in places, and those winds will start to strengthen. We're looking at highs there, this time 7 or 8 degrees. And as we go through Friday evening and into Saturday, there will be some outbreaks of rain in places, and it will perk up brighter but blustery and then turning colder again by the time we get to Sunday. That's all from me. I'll see you a bit later on. Bye-bye. And I'll be here with the weather, and after a fairly quiet day today, things are looking a bit more unsettled this weekend. Hello again. Well, after a chilly, rather bright day for many of us today, things are looking a bit more unsettled as we go through the next few days. So we're going to see some rain arriving later on Friday, and as we move through the weekend, it's going to be very windy at times. So let's take a look at that in a bit more detail. And we've got this front, it's going to track its way towards us throughout tomorrow, eventually bringing some outbreaks of rain tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. And then we've got this deep area of low pressure here that's going to be dominating across the UK as we go through the weekend, bringing showers at times. And you can see this squeezing those isobars. It's certainly going to be very windy out there, so do bear that in mind if you are out travelling about. Now, for the rest of tonight, though, it's quiet out there. The winds continue to ease off, and for most, it's dry, clear skies. So cold enough for a touch of frost in places. And then by the end of the night, we'll just start to see a bit of cloud just working its way into western areas. But ahead of it, quite a nice bright start to the day first thing tomorrow morning. But all the while, that cloud will continue to increase, and eventually late afternoon and into the evening, we're going to see some outbreaks of rain arriving too. And some of that could be heavy in places. The winds will strengthen, and we're looking at highs there between 7 and 9 degrees. And as we make our way through the weekend, we can see we've got that low pressure dominating. There's going to be showers or longer spells of rain at times, and you can see just how windy it's going to be, especially on Sunday. And as those winds start to come in from a more northerly direction, well, that's going to make it feel even colder too. So this weekend, if you're out and about, watch out. It's certainly going to be very windy out there. We're going to see some outbreaks of rain at times, and 12 degrees on Saturday, but significantly colder briefly on Sunday. Bye-bye. Hello and a very good evening to you. So it certainly will be very unsettled as we go through this weekend. On Friday, we've got one front working its way from west to east, bringing outbreaks of rain later on in the day. And then we've got this deep area of low pressure sweeping its way towards us as we go through Saturday and Sunday. So that will bring showers or longer spells of rain at times. You can see this squeeze in the isobars. It's certainly going to be very windy. Do bear that in mind if you are travelling out and about. In the meantime, though, for the rest of tonight, well, it is quiet as we edge through the small hours, some clear skies. So there will be a touch of frost in one or two places. Low will start to see the cloud increasing across the west by the end of the night. That's going to bring some milder temperatures as we go through Friday. So for early rise, it's perhaps a bright start to the day for you, but that cloud will continue to increase. We're going to see one or two showers developing. That's ahead of that main rain band even as we go through the afternoon. Some of that rain could be heavy in places. Those winds will strengthen, although not quite as cold as what it has been today. Highs there 7 or 8 degrees. And as I mentioned earlier, very windy as we go through Saturday and Sunday, and turning especially cold by the end of the week. Bye-bye. Hello there. So an unsettled spell of weather lies ahead as we move through the next few days. There will be some bright spells around at times, but we're going to see some rain working its way across us throughout Friday. And the heads up for the weekend, it's certainly going to be very windy out there. So tomorrow we've got a front working its way from west to east, bringing outbreaks of rain later on in the day. And then behind that, we've got this deep area of low pressure. That's going to be dominating right throughout the weekend. So we will see showers or longer spells of rain at times. And you'll notice there the squeeze on those isobars. It's certainly going to be very windy across the region. Do bear that in mind if you're travelling out and about over the next few days. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of tonight, we'll still perhaps one or two showers, but for most of us, quite quiet as we move through the overnight period. The winds will continue to ease off, so it will be fairly chilly for a time. So a touch of frost in places before the cloud starts to increase by tomorrow morning. So the further east that you are, perhaps a dry, bright start first thing for you, but generally it's going to be quite cloudy as we move through Friday. We'll see some showers and then eventually this main band of rain sweeping its way through. Some of that rain will be heavy at times. The winds will start to strengthen and are not quite as cold as what it has been out there today. We're expecting highs between 8 and 10 degrees. And then looking ahead towards the weekend, well, as I mentioned earlier, we've got low pressure in charge of things, so quite a messy scene out there. There will be showers around at times. You can see just how windy it's going to be, especially on Sunday, potentially winds gusting 45, 50 miles per hour. And those winds also coming down from a northerly direction mean it's going to be feeling a lot colder by Sunday. Highs there just touch around 6 degrees. Bye-bye. And if you're out and about over the next few days, the wind could be a bit of an issue. Join me later for all the details. Hello again. So quite an unsettled spell of weather lies ahead across the region. There will be some outbreaks of rain around at times. It's going to be turning very windy, especially as we go through Saturday and into Sunday. So we have got one front that's going to be working its way across us throughout tomorrow, bringing outbreaks of rain and fairly blustery winds. But it's this one here, this deep area of low pressure, that's going to sweep across the UK as we go through Saturday and Sunday. So there will be some spells of rain around at times, and you can see the squeeze in those isobars. It's certainly going to be very windy. Something to bear in mind if you are travelling out and about. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of this evening, well, we have got some clear skies out there at the moment. We're going to see that cloud increasing as we move through the small hours. A few showers ahead of that main system, and temperatures rising to temperatures there between 3 and 6 degrees. There might just be a little bit of brightness around tomorrow morning, but there will be a few showers. And then we've got that more organised band of cloud and rain sweeping its way through. Some of this will be heavy at times, accompanied by some fairly blustery winds. You can see behind it, some brighter skies will follow in, and not quite as cold as what it has been out there today. We're expecting highs 10 or 11 degrees. 11 is 52 in Fahrenheit. And here are your tide times for tomorrow. We see we've got high tide at St Mary's just before 7:45 in the morning, and again just before 8:10 in the evening. So that all-important weekend, well, as I mentioned earlier, low pressure will be in charge of things. So there's going to be showers. It's going to be very windy on Saturday and Sunday. And with those winds coming down from a northerly direction, well, it's once again going to be feeling pretty cold in places. Bye-bye. Hello again. So quite an unsettled spell of weather lies ahead as we move through the next few days. There will be some outbreaks of rain at times. It's going to be very windy, especially as we go through Saturday and Sunday. So as we go through Friday, we have got this front working its way east, bringing some outbreaks of rain. And then behind that, a more deep area of low pressure is going to sweep its way towards the UK, bringing showers and longer spells of rain at times. And you can see the squeeze in the isobars. It's going to be very windy. We could be potentially looking at wind gusts up to around 45, 50 miles per hour. So do bear that in mind if you are travelling out and about over the next few days. Now, in the meantime, for the rest of this evening, well, there might just be the odd shower, but for most of us, it will be dry with some clear skies. There will be a frost early doors. Look, by the end of the night, across more western parts, we'll see some thicker clouds. So temperatures will start to rise, and that sets the scene for Friday morning. So the further east that you are, well, perhaps a bright start here, but all the while that cloud will be increasing. Then we're going to see some showers working their way across us, and then later on that more organised band of rain will be sweeping its way through. So this rain will be heavy at times, accompanied by some fairly blustery winds. They're not quite as cold as what it has been out there today. We're looking at highs between 8 and 10 degrees. Then looking ahead towards the weekend, well, as I mentioned earlier, we've got a deep area of low pressure in charge of things. You can see quite a messy scene across the UK with showers at times, blustery winds, and with a change in wind direction. So the winds once again are going to come down from a more northerly direction. It's going to be feeling even colder out there too. So there is a chance on Sunday some of our showers could be a little bit wintry in nature. I'll see you a bit later on. Bye-bye.